we're going to spend some time today talking about some concepts to help you really add some rocket fuel to your Shopify site, really help you grow your top line revenue off of the site. My name is Jeff Kilman. I'm with The Digital here in Raleigh, North Carolina. We are a website development and digital marketing agency. Been around for 16 years and would be happy to help you with anything that you might need moving forward. But let's dive in a little bit. Just to let you know, there's a couple housekeeping rules that we can work through. One is I want this to be interactive, so feel free to unmute yourself at any point in time, ask away, interrupt me. You're not gonna hurt my feelings at all, and join in to the conversation if you've got something to add. There's a live chat room that my cohort Gabby will be monitoring, and happy to have some chat with you about any questions you might have. There's also a Q&A section that you can go and put all your questions in, and we'll come back to that at the end and answer those questions along the way. And some of my colleagues might be answering your questions live as well. So feel free to participate in the Q&A. Feel free to chat away, and you can put your hand up at any time. So this is not a technical development talk today. So if you do have technical questions, I highly recommend that you set up a one-on-one consultation with us. We'd love to help. We're happy to have a free consultation and have a conversation about what's going on with your site. You can just email us at sales@thedigital.com, and one of our digital strategists will be happy to get an appointment set up with you and spend some time with you. Any questions jumping out of the bat? All right. Well, let's dive in, okay? So I'm gonna give 9 tips to grow your store and really help you grow traffic. Most importantly, help you find conversions and really drive ahead. Let me just ask, how many of you already have a Shopify site up and running?
I do.
Okay.
I do as well.
Okay, perfect. So I hope some of these ideas resonate with you. Hopefully I'm sure you're probably doing a lot of these already. So none of this is rocket science, but it's going to really help you focus and think about some new strategies to really help you grow your traffic. So the first one is actually not the most exciting strategy in the world, but it is something that we get questions about a lot. So I figured we just talk about it right out of the gate, and that's ADA compliance. Are you guys familiar with ADA and America's Disability Act?
I don't.
So this is an interesting place right now where there's been some rulings, and then there's been a Department of Justice memo to Congress really around this Disability Act and how websites need to participate in it. So there's been some federal rulings. One was a case against Winn-Dixie. One was a case against Domino's, stating that their websites were not compliant with the Disability Act compliance measures that need to be in place. And so ever since the Congress asked the Department of Justice for their recommendations and their thinking around our websites essential businesses, and do they need to be compliant, just like a physical brick and mortar store has to be compliant, have ramps and have accessibility and have the right types of bathrooms and things like that. Do websites need it? And the Department of Justice came back and said, yes, we see websites as essential to business. There's a gray area around how big the company needs to be. If you're a single shop owner, website owner, probably not going to be targeted, but there's been over 400% growth in lawsuits that have been coming up. So this is just something you want to keep in the back of your mind. It's something as you grow your store and you grow your popularity and grow your business, it's something that you might want someone to be looking at for you. We happen to do an ADA audit ourselves, but I think it's something that you want to keep in the back of your mind. I put a link here to a great blog article that can walk you through kind of the history and some recommendations around how to make sure that you're setting your site up for compliance along the way. So not a growth strategy, but a defensive strategy to make sure that you're set up for the future of your growth. And once again, we're happy to answer any questions on this down the road. All right. So number two, sell more products. And you're probably going, Jeff, really? That's the strategy? It absolutely is a great strategy to help you grow your business. So, think about the Amazon halo effect. As Amazon really started into its growth strategy and started with books, and then it moved into other types of media, and then it started moving into consumer electronics, and it just took over the world. So one of the ideas here is to offer more stuff to engage more people to make more sales. If you can really find complementary product lines to go with what you're already selling, this could be a way for you to engage more people that are searching for perhaps those complementary products. So, my recommendation is always stay on brand. Don't bring products in that make no sense to your brand or aren't really complementary to what your anchor products are. But this can be a really good way for you to get more engagement. And frankly, from your repeat customers, they start seeing that you've got new product lines and they already trust you. That could be additional sales opportunities for you as well. So I would say research. Become a secret shopper on some of your competitors and look at what they're doing. Look at what they're selling and what complementary products they might be bringing in, or like-minded people in your category. Google product search around your category and see what else is showing up. See what else people are showing up for. And then I always say the tried and true way is ask your customers. Ask your most faithful customers. Ask customers as they're buying, what else would you like to see inside the store? What else could I be bringing in to help make your life a little bit better? So this is a really smart way to really think through, and it's a simple way to think about how to get more traffic to your site. All right, any questions yet, Gabby, or anything coming through that we need to take a pause on?
Yeah, Polly's asking, there are so many conflicting views on this. Many people recommend to stick with one product.
Yeah, I know. I truly believe that if you can find those complementary product lines, you can really expand your universe. Once again, I think the thinking on this is so many people started to try to become the Amazon and bring everything into their store that it would dilute your anchor products. My recommendation is to bring in things that make perfect sense. If you're selling eyeglasses, why not sell eyeglass cases? Why not sell cords for eyeglasses or cleaning solution for glasses? Perhaps there's other things inside that lifestyle that would make sense to sell. If you've got a fashion website up, are you expanding your line? So once again, I think it's being smart about it. And if you're really smart about what are the right products to bring in and keep it on brand so that you're not diluting your brand or confusing people, I think this can be a smart way to help you grow your business. All right. Here's just an example. So this company started as a lingerie company. They then added in hosiery and leggings and then activewear, loungewear as well into lifestyle brand. So they really started to build out, but it all made perfect sense. They even brought in a cosmetic line. It all fit very well inside their anchor brand, and it made perfect sense that someone who is buying in one category would also be shopping in those other categories, really playing to their ideal target and their ideal customer. So not off brand at all, but just expanding their universe to help their ideal customer find opportunities for more sales and more purchases. All right, number 3, customer retention. So 65% on average of sales come from previous customers. So this is just one of those critical things. You've spent so much time and energy to get someone into your store. They actually bought from you. We've got to keep them in our universe. We've got to keep them engaged with the brand and wanting to come back. So how can you do that? There's a number of different tools and strategies of keeping customers retained, but I think it's really important to do things like surprise and delight them. There's a picture here from Box of someone just put in a handwritten note into the order. and it gets shared on Instagram, and it starts becoming shared content that's floating around. But most importantly, it made that customer feel really special. And the chances that they're going to come back go up quite a bit. These are just some really cool ways for you to think about how can you keep people retained. Regular email communication is critical. But I will say, don't overdo it. Make sure that you're communicating something really exciting. Haven't seen you in a while, or a new offer reminder to get people to come back if they haven't been in your store in a time period that would make sense that they should be coming back. Think through your packaging. There's a reason why Apple spends so much money and time and energy on the packaging, because it becomes beautiful. It becomes something that people really feel excited to get, and that wants to drive people back. Shopping cart abandonment emails or pop-ups, think through those. So if you've already captured their email through the buy cycle and they've left the cart, that's a great way to get them back in and get them shopping again. Obviously, retargeting is a great way to keep front and center on the top of the mind of your best customers. So make sure you're thinking through a retargeting strategy through Facebook and Google, and think through ways that you can be really making sure that your brand is still popping up and showing up for those people that have already spent money with you. One of my favorites, and I'll tell you, my wife is amazing at collecting all of these, but the birthday offers. Think through a birthday offer strategy for your customers that have shopped with you. So it's a good way to get them to feel good about themselves, but it's also a good way to get them to come back to the store and buy again. Giveaways can be a really good way. Loyalty programs. And then the last bullet here, I think, is one of the most important ones, and that's be responsive. Be responsive not only for when someone purchases from you and giving them a personal touch, but also what can you be doing if you've gotten a good review? Are you being responsive to it? If people are talking about you on social media or talking to you on social media, are you being responsive? And then the last category is if you get a critique or you get a complaint, are you handling that in a very timely manner to make sure that customer feels like they've been taken care of and could possibly come back? These are all ways to really think about keeping your customers retained and getting more conversions out of the people who have already bought from you at one time. All right. So here's some examples of things that you can do. This is, there's a quick offer that ends in a certain period of time that would only go out to existing customers of yours, giving them a bonus code. There's a birthday offer that you can collect, that you can be sending out. Things like this can really help people to come back and want to come back to your shop. All right, number 4, and I'm sure you guys are already doing this, but build an email list. You need to own your traffic. Don't rely completely on Facebook or Google to keep driving new traffic to your site. You need to start owning those relationships and have a one-to-one relationship with those folks, and make sure that you're collecting that information and then utilizing it smartly. Ways to do that, it's one of my favorite ways is think about your email list and then think about building lookalike audiences based on the people that you've captured emails to. These are people that have found your site, might have purchased from you, but if anything, they've at least given you some information. They felt like there was value in a relationship with you. So the more that you can be building those lookalike audiences based on their demographics and psychographics, you can really be attracting new people and new traffic to your site. You've got to build compelling content to share with these folks. So in email exchange needs to be a quid pro quo. I'm going to give you my email address, and then I expect to get quality content emailed to me from you. So if those are offers or product updates or reviews of products or great information through a blog, but make sure that you're sharing really compelling content along the way. And then I always say, just don't overdo it. You don't want to become that pest in someone's inbox that keeps showing up on a rhythm that doesn't make sense. that's a good way to get blocked. So really think about how you utilize these lists, but start owning that list. That's an asset to your business that you can really have. And I can tell you from doing audits for private equity firms that are buying businesses or startups, they look at this as an asset. They want to know, how many emails have you captured? How many emails are you communicating with, and at what rhythm? So there's actual monetary value in these email lists that you're building up. So treat it as such. All right. Any other questions yet?
No.
No,
Thanks.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Number 5 is make sure we're optimizing the content for e-commerce. Make sure that you're really thought through the content in a very thoughtful way. Some of my concepts that I really like, I'm a huge video fan. I'm not big on reading, but if I can watch it, I'll do it. So, what kind of video content could you be putting up? Is there an unboxing video that you could do around how your product looks when it arrives? It's a great way to do it. Can you be working with influencers to build out really cool, interesting e-commerce content? There's platforms that you can find and start building out a commercial relationship with influencers that might be in your category or really are influencing your target audiences. Another really good way to get more traffic and more eyeballs on your products and finding your shop. Some blocking and tackling stuff. Just make sure your product descriptions are really cool, are unique, engaging, they're in your brand voice, and they help convert. So this needs to be a really natural conversation. If your brand is fun and quirky, then your product description should read that way. So just don't take shortcuts here. And I see so many stores put up what I would consider very bland product descriptions that read like a Best Buy site. You have the opportunity to really showcase what your brand is about. Make sure you're really building something unique here. Another shortcut place that I see is bad images. Really think through the images that you're putting on your site. Take some time to get high quality photos taken or take them yourself, but do something unique again here. Think about what could stand out, what's on brand for you. How do you want these products to really see and feel? Show some emotion inside these images. Show it how your product is helping someone or is part of their life. So show some, in the wild photos as well. This is just a place where I believe you can't take shortcuts with the imagery that you're putting forward. And then think through some product reviews and recommendations. Get third-party testimonials up on your site. Get recommendations from your existing customers. People buy off of product reviews and recommendations. It used to be that we really would, if I was shopping for a TV, I would, talk to the sales rep and I do my own research, and then I'd ask friends and family for ideas and what they have and things like that. Now I go on Amazon and I read, 50 product reviews by people I don't even know and start basing some decision-making process based on what those reviews say. So this can be critical to helping you convert the traffic that's coming to your site and getting them to actually buy. So think through that content package and how you're building it out. Lastly, I'll say blogging. So, are you really putting out high quality content that people are searching for solutions that they're looking for that your product or services can help with? So are you really hitting some of those major keywords? And if you're not showing up, writing blogs and writing high quality blogs that are in your voice, that speak to your customer in a really helpful way, can be critical to driving new traffic to your site and getting people there. So don't be dismissive of the power of good blogging around solutions that people are searching for. So it doesn't always have to be about you as the store. It can be about solutions and problems that your ideal customer are having in their life. So think through those things. Once again, a great way is ask your customers, what other information could we be giving that would make things easier for you next time? All right.
Awesome.
Here's just some really cool images. I follow Beard Brand. I think they're an amazing company. I mean, really a simple setup, but really a unique way of showcasing combs, right? Really an interesting, fun way of doing it. I always go and look at some of the best, and Casper's one of them. And their product descriptions are really cool. They read well. I can feel what their brand is about, and it has a personality about it. They haven't just put in, a feature dump of what their mattresses or their sheets do. It really reads about, it reads directly to me and what my biggest issues would be. And it feels like it's a unique conversation. So just don't take shortcuts when it comes to your content. All right. Number 6, effective storytelling. To me, there's nothing more important than really being able to build a relationship, because honestly, we all buy from organizations and companies that we like. So if you can start really building a true relationship, and people can understand what you stand for, what your shop stands for, what your brand stands for, and what its personality is, and how that can benefit their life, they're going to want to buy from you. So once again, when you're thinking about content, think about your ideal customer and how they're living their life day to day, and what kind of information, what kind of stories could you be telling to help them. So this is a tea company that talks about how wellness and health and can be part of this whole world of drinking tea. And so they've really talked about weight loss and health and wellness as part of their stories. They're telling stories about people that are living a very healthy lifestyle, and tea happens to be a part of that, but they're telling a much larger story. And then they're showcasing imagery of their brand that's really playing into that health and wellness and living your best life place. So as you're thinking about content ideas, think about a bigger story that your product could fit inside of. Going back to even like I'll just tell a personal story of something I just bought off of a Shopify site. So as you can tell, I'm follically challenged, and shaving my head it's just a pain every morning. And I was using just an old, just a regular razor for doing it, and it was adding minutes to my daily routine. I'm big on getting in and out as fast as I can, and I found this product that because I was looking through Instagram, and they just kept showing these really cool shots of cool bald guys and their fashion, how they look, what they're doing. And I was like, wow, why am I seeing these photos about this lifestyle? And it was from a brand that was selling an electric razor that can shave your head in a minute. And it got me sucked into the storyline. And then I found the product, and then I saw the solution. So it's a really effective way to get people in, and it really helps you stand out from your competitors that are just feature dumping and product talking. If you can start building out some sort of effective, larger story around people's lives. Any questions on that?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I got a
All
little
right.
mix here.
All right, number 7 is quizzes. This is one of my favorites. So think through some fun quiz ideas that your product could work through. BuzzFeed says that the average quiz is shared at least 2,000 times. So, if you're looking to gather more people into your audience, if you're looking to get more traffic to your site, this could be a way as the people that are already following you start sharing your quizzes out. So you can embed a quiz onto your website. You can then share it through social media and let people start playing through it. I really like the idea of having a quiz that works people down a conversion path. So one of the best, I think, is Warby Parker. I'm sure some of you, if you wear glasses, have probably even taken this quiz. But it's a fun, interactive way to walk through, and then it starts generating ideas on the back end and telling you what product lines might fit. This is a very sophisticated quiz. Yours doesn't by any stretch need to be this sophisticated. But do think about, is there, as you're thinking through people making choices inside your category, are there questions that they're asking themselves that you could ask them in a fun way through a quiz? It's just a really good way to get shares out and get more traffic to your site. And then if you can set it up where it's really starting to walk people through the conversion cycle, it can be a way to help get those conversion rates up on your products. And there's lots of tools out there that can help you build out quizzes. And once again, if you have any questions about building out quizzes or doing any of these tactics, you can reach out directly to us as well. Our team would be happy to help you. All right. Number 8 is contests. Another great way to get more shares, to get more people inside your audience, driving traffic to your site and helping run through it. Contests can be anything. It can be very simple. It can get really sophisticated. There are regulations inside of Facebook and Instagram on how contests need to run. So this is something that I always say you should probably be talking to some experts on before you launch one, just to make sure you're in compliance with any rules and regulations. There's also tools out there that can help you walk through that process as well. But this is just another good way to get people engaging with your site, coming into your site that perhaps have never been there before. And you don't have to give away the farm here either. People love to win, and people love the idea of getting something and being a part of a contest. So this is just another very simple way to drive more traffic to your website. And then lastly, the tried and the true, which is just paid advertising. Really thinking through how can you be driving traffic for the most searched keywords inside your product category, making sure that you're really kicking and showing up for those searches, and that you can really be driving the traffic to it. The thing I do like about paid advertising is, it gives you you can really test ideas before you commit largely to them. You can be putting a few dollars up against an idea around content or an idea around a contest to see how it's working. You can A/B test, so you can really be looking to see what's converting and what's not. You can get an idea of how consumers are reacting to different types of messages by putting different ads out there and seeing what resonates with them. So, this is one of those where you can really start small, test, find something that works, find something that's converting and driving traffic, and then you can scale it. And so then you can start throwing some more dollars at it. And I always say, if I can spend $1 and I get $3 back, I'm going to keep doing it until I'm not getting $3 back. So, this is a great way for you to think about how can you scale your business and drive traffic, and you can really be in control of this. Once again, I see people who do this really, really well, and I see people who this gets into the realm of sophistication. If you start moving into scaling and spending some sizable dollars, once again, I really recommend that if this isn't your cup of tea, if this isn't what you do for a living every day, I recommend you get an expert who could really help you do this well and make sure that you're doing it efficiently and effectively. Otherwise, you could end up really spending a lot of money with no return on your investment. So really make sure you're driving through that process. Richard, did you have something to say? Saw you raise your hand. All right.
No.
Okay. All right. That's my dog and that's my pony. So now I'm going to open it up for questions from anyone. Let me make sure I can turn on I can unmute everyone. And I think you're all Okay, I think you all can ask away any questions. Are there any questions in the Q&A section, Gabby, that we need to answer?
Nope, not at this time.
Okay.
So anybody can speak up if they have any other questions freely. We have a few minutes left.
No, I got no questions. This was very good, very to the point. And some of it I knew, but a lot of it I picked up. So no, everything was very clear. No questions at all.
Awesome, Polly. Well, thrilled that you were able to join us, and glad you got some new ideas out of it as well.
Thank you.
All right, going once. Going twice. All right. Well, you all, I want to thank you for the time. Apologies for the technical difficulties if you had any at the very beginning, but thrilled that you all were able to join. Once again, if you're interested in us taking a quick audit of your site, or if this has sparked any ideas that you want to have a further conversation around, either myself or any of my colleagues would be thrilled to do so. So please email us at sales@thedigital.com. You can email me directly, jeff@thedigital.com. Feel free to reach out with any questions at all that you might have. We're here to help in any way that we can. And then please join us for other webinars that are coming up. Look at our calendar at thedigital.com events page, and you'll see that we've got lots through the end of the year of these webinars coming up and on all different topics. So please take a look at that and see if there's any other topics that you might find interesting. We'd love to see you back. So I'll give you guys are all going to get a little time back on your calendars today, and I imagine none of you mind that at all. So thanks and have a great day.